It's your boy, E Money Waves, you know. Well, I guess that's my new name since I started a YouTube channel, but I wanted to start a YouTube channel because now that I have waves, I have a lot of people that tell me, hey man, how you get your waves or whatever. So I'm not doing this because I'm like really like spinning. I know I don't have the best waves at all. I know that for a fact. So, but I'm just doing this for the fun of it or whatever. So this video, I'm gonna show you brush session, the things that you need to get waves. You see, I'm kind of nervous. The things that you need to get waves, and the products, and the brushes. Not the expensive brushes, not the Dianes and all the other stuff that you see these really like big YouTubers and wavers use or whatever. So most importantly, you're gonna need a mirror. You see, I just cleaned that thing, but it's kind of still dirty or whatever. It's kind of wet. You're going to need a brush, any type of brush, but a hard brush. This is my hard/medium brush. This is my soft and hard two-sided brush. And this is my just regularly hard brush. I don't have too many soft brushes because I feel like soft brushes don't really do too much. It's good to brush with to make it feel good, but it really don't have no benefit for me. Use a hard brush when you're woofing, and use a medium/hard brush when you just want to brush through your hair and get a brush session in or make your waves look good. Now the products that I use 360 Style. I don't know if you can see it. Yeah, 360 Style. Ooh, was it upside down? No, it was upside down now. 360 Style. Yeah. I use that on my hair. I use this for my crown area. Murray's for my crown area. I use cholesterol for before I go get my cut, and I need to wash out all that grease and stuff out of my hair. But I try not to use too much grease because the best way to get waves is this right here. This is all you need. Is basically brushing your hair. It's not really no type of secret or whatever. It's just like tips or better advice, basically, on how to get waves. It's just depending on you. You feel me? How much you brush your hair or whatever. So what I'm gonna do is take out this do-rag because I know my wave's not gonna spin. I know my wave's not spinning right now. So, yeah. My wave's not looking too good right now. Yeah, my wave's not looking too good right now. This right here is a design I tried to get at the barbershop. And I wanted to get, change up the wave game or whatever. But that's not what you're supposed to do, Especially if you're trying to get 360s. You don't want to mess up like that. And I feel like this is the perfect time to regain this side because as you see, my waves are still right here. It's just a little zigzag or whatever. So it's really not like it's over. So what you're going to want to do is get a hot towel. Yeah, especially if your hair gets like real hard and dry after you done washed out all your hair, all the products to make your hair moist or whatever, and your scalp is dry. When you scratch your hair, you hear that, like, you hear that messed up type of sound. You want to get just a regular rag, What you want to do with the rag is you want to put in some I say warm/hot water, whatever type of water you want to use. So the rag is not really hot. I wouldn't say it's warm. I'll just say it's like nice and wet. It's not dry. So what you want to do is you want to put it on your head for a little bit, so your hair can like get a little bit of softer instead of all hard. Because people with waves their hair do get hard. sometimes. You know, it depends on your hair texture. It really does depend on your hair texture and how good you treat your hair. If you wash it really good and stuff like that. Done with the rag, right? So what you want to go, before you even think about touching grease, before you even think about all that type of stuff, even if you're a beginner, even if you're not where I'm at or whatever, before you even start all of that, what you want to do is grab your mirror and see the way that your hair grows. Like, see the way that you want your waves to go, basically. So the more you brush, the better your connections and all that type of things go. Even if you don't have a bit of wave, even if you just cut your hair yesterday and you cut your hair yesterday or whatever and you don't have any type of waves, no ripples, no none of that, you just want to still have the mirror in your hand, because the way you brush your hair is the way your waves is going to go, and the way your hair grows is the way you have to brush your hair. So you have to really pay attention to that type of stuff. So what you want to do is brush around your head, for a good 3 times in a row with the same brush. And I'm looking in the mirror right now, and I can see on this side right here, it's like they're coming back. They never left. It's just like it just made my waves go away on this side just a little bit. So they never really left or anything like that. It just made my waves disappear for just for about a week or whatever. So I just did a little small brush session. Later on in the video, I'm gonna do a crazier, like when I put the products in my hair, I'm gonna do a real different brush session. But for those that don't know what a crown or swirls look like, it's basically, I will say right here. This is where the wave does a spin. You see this right here? This is where I have the most problem at, the most trouble at, is the back of my head. And that's where my crown is, right? So, I know how to fix it though, because I did it before. I just took a break off of brushing my hair and stuff like that, right? So what you wanna do is open up the Murray's. I gotta go buy a new one because it's kind of running out. A little bit. So what you want to do is grab the Murray's, and for this I like to use the raggedy old hard brush, because you don't want to get grease inside of the brushes that you use the most. You want to get grease inside of these type of brushes, like you know, I can't walk around with a brush like this or whatever. You want to get that type of stuff. So I'm gonna put it right there, put it around in that little spot. You want it to connect just a little tad bit. You want it to connect just a little bit, right? So I got that in my hair, right? So what I'm gonna do is grab the hard brush. I'm gonna show y'all. Just brush it through. as you can see, the waves on the back, you see how it slants? That's because of my crown was right, my swirl was right here. That is because when my swirl starts off at. So that's basically what you want to do. Is push your swirl through. Push your swirl through. Most people will say it's like a patch or whatever, but that's not the correct name for it. It's really a swirl. Whatever, like that. And then you just, you can mess around after you done played with it just a little bit. Because that's not the full like brush session. The full brush session of it. Yeah. So after you do that, I know it's still like a little bit of grease or whatever in my hair, but you want that type of stuff to stay in there, So, and what you want to do, take some of that 360 style, rub it in both of your hands together. Rub it in both of your hands together. It's really easy to get out your hand. You can just wash this out after if you don't want to get it on your brush or whatever, And what you want to do is just pat it. You don't want to rub it in, you just want to pat it through. Pat it through. Just want to pat it through. Pat it through. You don't really. After you like really done patting it through, then you can try to rub it in. Push it in a little bit more. Yeah. Basically, if you feel like one side has more than the other, just take a little small bit. Just take a little bit more. Just rub it in this hand, And you always have to show love to the back of your head. You just want to pat it through. Always show love to the back of your head. And you see I didn't have to do it to my crown because I already put the Murrays in. I had already put the Murrays in, right? So if you watch this video and you see me pick this brush up 1,000 times, just know that this is my favorite brush. It's not even one of those waver brushes, it's just my most common brush that I use. Yeah. I had bought this the other day, but so whatever, it just takes like, get another brush or whatever. So, what I'm gonna do is, I'm just gonna brush all around my head and then I'll show y'all. Well, I'm just gonna brush a little bit just to show you. The most important thing is knowing the way your hair grows. Most people brush their sides forward, but if your side doesn't grow like that, do not brush it forward. That's gonna end up with a lot of forks and forcing your hair to go the wrong way, and it's gonna look horrible. See how I brush my side? I come to my side and I brush backwards, down, backwards, down, backwards, going down. For some reason, that's just the way my hair grows. It was kind of confusing at first. This side was the hardest side to get because it was the rhetorical side, the dumb side, whatever you want to call it. You just brush it through. Just brush it through. Get like a good 15 minutes of brushing, and you should be good. Get like a good 15 minutes of brushing, and you should be good. Just keep brushing it through. Brush it until you see no more white stuff in your hair. You never want to walk outside with like wave grease in your hair. That is the worst. I hate to see that in my head or whatever. You just brush the swirl through. Just brush the swirl through. And you just brush it through. Right now I'm only brushing with one hand because I messed up my wrist or whatever. So right now I really only have like one hand, but my hand is alright that I can hold the mirror with. I can see my waves. But yeah. And maybe every video I might end it off with a brush session, you know, because I watch YouTubers myself, and I just don't like the ones that just talk, you know. I like seeing how they actually get it, you know, go through it or whatever. So after you do something like that, you just want to basically throw the do-rag back on. You want to throw it on for a little. Well, not for a little bit, but till the next time you feel like you need to brush your hair. Yeah. This is like the kind of method you want to do. Like if you're going to a place or anything, or a special event, whatever, you're going out to eat with a family or whatever you're doing, you know, you just want your waves or your hair to look good. You just do this method. It's really easy. Well, it's not really a method, it's just the way you get waves. You can do it without wave grease, you can do it with wave grease, you know. Wave grease is not mandatory, basically, what I'm trying to say. Yeah, if you want your hair to really be laid down, put on that wave cap. I know it's gonna make my head look funny. It's gonna make me have that big lump on my head, but okay. If you really want the waves, you won't care how you look with the wave cap on. That's another thing. Knowing that you have waves and you go out and let's say you go to like go work out or something, you want to keep the wave cap on. But hey, this is my first YouTube video. Subscribe, like, and don't forget to share the video, please. It's much needed. Hey, and that's it. Peace.